Hey you guys, my name is Mal. My pronouns are they, them, and I am the founder of Proud Movement. Proud Movement is a web app created for the queer and trans community and keen allies, specifically made for people who are getting gender affirming top surgery or recovering from gender affirming top surgery. Now, I had top surgery back in 2022, and trying to find movement resources at the time was very, very challenging. I barely could find anything, and it made the process really stressful. The reason I created this resource is so folks like you who are getting top surgery can have something to turn to, a resource to turn to, so you don't feel so alone throughout this process. If you haven't done it already, please like and subscribe this channel so that I can keep making educational videos for folks like you so that you don't feel so alone throughout this journey. Let's talk about scar care. Now, scar care is a very important part of post-top surgery care, and a very important one that a lot of people often neglect. I was also one of these people, so trust me, I'm speaking from personal experience. If you are early post-op surgery and you're experiencing tightness, this is nothing to panic about. This is a very normal part of the process. Everyone is going to develop scar tissue after top surgery. It is your body's natural way of healing, which is actually pretty cool. But a lot of excessive scar tissue can become a problem because it can really restrict your movement. So once you've been cleared by your top surgeon, it's very important that you start performing scar care. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I am just, again, speaking from personal experience. I've also worked with hundreds of folks post-op surgery. So I do have a relatively good idea about what you should be doing post-op surgery, and scar care is definitely one of them. Please, before you start, you have to be cleared by your surgeon. That part is very important. We're going to go over some techniques that you can do in just a second, but let's talk about a few more things. How often should you be performing scar care realistically post-op surgery? Well, once you've been cleared by your surgeon, daily scar massage for the next 6 to 8 months is highly, highly, highly recommended. And when I say daily, I mean at least 5-10 minutes a day. If you can do 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, that's even better, because the more you can break up some of that scar tissue, sooner you'll be able to get back into the activities you love pain-free, and your range of motion will improve dramatically the more that you can perform this scar care. So please don't look past this tool. Scar care is not just for aesthetic purposes. It's for so much more. The more we can get the tissue moving, the better mobility we will have, the better we will feel, and the faster we will be able to recover. So it's not just for aesthetics. Yes, scar care can help with aesthetics if that's something that you really do care about, which is totally fine. Let's go over some techniques right now, because I think a lot of surgeons aren't really telling us how to do this properly. So here we go. So what we're really trying to achieve when we do scar massage is to break up scar tissue and to get the skin moving. So here are my scars 3.5 years post-op. Notice how the skin is moving really well, and this is really what we're trying to achieve when we do this massage. Now, if you didn't know, scar tissue actually isn't bad. It's actually just a natural part of the healing process. Now, it can become problematic, though, when it builds up in a disorganized or excessive way. And this will restrict movement and decrease flexibility and mobility over time, which is not good. So technique number 1 here is just basic circular movements. You can start on the scar with 2 to 3 fingers, pushing into that scar with a level of discomfort that feels okay for you, and then just getting the scar moving, but also focusing on the tissue around the scar. So a big part of scar massage is we're not only focusing on the scar directly, but also on the tissue in and around the scar, because that's all going to be affected post-op. So notice here how I'm now focusing on the tissue above the scar using 3 to 4 fingers, big circular movements there, starting at the sternum area and making my way out. Basically, the most important thing I want you to take away from this video is that you don't want to just focus on the scars directly, but you want to really focus on the tissue around, getting everything moving, because post-op it's all going to feel very tight and very dense and maybe a bit lumpy, and really what we're trying to do is work our way through that. Now, the second technique here, I'm going to take 2 or 3 fingers and move up and down on that scar, trying to get that scar to literally move up and down. In the beginning, it's not going to move very much, but over time, as long as you're consistent with this, it will. And you're also going to do this on the tissue above the scar and below the scar, because remember, we're not only focusing on the scar directly, Now, a little disclaimer, scar massage can be a very uncomfortable experience, especially in the beginning. I knew for myself, I did not like touching the scar directly. And something that really helped me with this is actually using silicone scar tape, placing that over the scar, and then performing the massage. It just made it a little bit more tolerable. I really, really, again, did not like to touch the bare scar. I don't know why, but it was just a thing I did not like doing. So that's an option for you guys. Please, please, please do not skip your scar massage, you guys. This is one of the most important tools that you should be utilizing post-op. Now, the last technique I'm going to demo here is moving down towards the scar, stopping just before you hit the scar, hold that for 2 to 3 seconds, and then move back up and work your way along the entire scar. Once you have completed the entire scar moving top down, you are then going to move from bottom to top, which I'll show you in just a second here. So now I'm going to move from the bottom here, stopping just before I hit the scar. And really what this is trying to do is get the tissue around the scar moving and grooving and all of the things we love. Now, you do not have to do all 3 of these techniques. I am just showing you that there's not a one-size-fits-all when it comes to massage. You can do your own thing, kind of a free-for-all. As long as you are focusing on the scars and the tissue around the scars, it honestly all works and it will all pay off in the end. Perform your scar massage daily for at least 5 minutes at a time. You can do this morning and night if you want to. And do this as soon as your surgeon tells you to start it because it is such a powerful tool. Now, I hope this video provided some clarity on how to perform a proper scar massage. If you feel like you learned something during this video, I would so appreciate if you could like and subscribe to this channel because the more we can build this community together, the more I can keep creating educational content for you. Also, if you are post-op surgery or about to be post-op surgery, I do have a free ebook available. I'm going to post the link below in the description so you have access to that because who doesn't love free resources? Thank you for watching today. I hope you have a nice day.